Oh my god. I'm dying. Okay, when you see him here, let him see you. Your teammate is right there at the hook. Bring him. You're at a pallet. You have dead art. You could carry this game. Like, let him see you. I'm dying. I'm absolutely dying. Now she's insta-dead because he's right there. What's up, Gups? This is Pisces, aka Coach, and welcome back to another episode of Who Sucks Harder. In this series, we have people submit a form explaining to us why something or someone is worse than them and how that made the game get thrown out of their favor and get their whole team killed. If you're killer, the survivors got carried by perks, or MMR sucks. We're just kind of trying to judge and see if that's actually true. And hopefully in this document we'll get a lot of information about that. So let's see here. Let's see who our submitter is. So our submitter is the real Hobo Boss, one a good friend of mine. All right. They had a chord map. Who or what sucks? They said teammates and killer sucked. I asked them for a detailed description of who sucked, and this is what they gave me. They gave me killer bad, me and Snarfagus good, other survivors bad. Well, considering you can't follow directions, I have my doubts. On top of that, it sounds like your teammate's name is something that happens when you sneeze and hawk a loogie at the same time. So I can't imagine he's able to focus really well in his games if he's snarfunging everywhere. We'll see if that's really true. Alright, let's get to the gameplay. Alright, yeah, so they named it Kate loops the Billy across the entire map to save 3 struggled survivors. Or slug survivors. Alright, yep, so it is a Billy. And that was a fast down. This is like 10 seconds into the game. Teammate's pretty much dead already. Yeah, first 2 minutes there's music in the background and they are talking a lot, so every now and then I'm probably gonna have the audio tuned out. I have my audio split. So he gets off the gym, going to teammates to heal. I think him and Random are healing right now. Yeah, healing.
No enduring.
Okay, Random's not giving him any space to heal. That's really nice of him. Not sure if he could, but... And he made sure to stay in the corner against the Billy. Let me guess, he goes down. Okay, killer has infectious. He didn't look at you, so you could probably still go for this. Yeah, I'd go for this. I'd get closer to the gym right here. Okay. Oh. Too far. Yeah. Alright, a little thing here to help you out. So in this position, after he's hit the window and after infectious he didn't look for so long, there's like basically 100% chance that, especially if he's hitting at this person, he has no idea you're here, and you could probably literally like run up to the gym, and even if he looked away and into the wall, you could have gone up against the wall and done the firecracker save.
Immediately downed again. Okay.
So like if you were in that spot, like he looked and insta picked up when he looked back at you. So I mean, it wouldn't even have mattered if you were in the middle of the open right here. That's what you would expect him to do, because if he only thought that was the one person there, you could easily have gotten this firecracker save no matter where you looked at. By the way, just so y'all know, I coached Hobo Boss like a year ago, so he better be good. I better not have to roast you too much. Alright, your Jake is there. So that's good that you're working on this gen. You'd probably want to leave slightly sooner. You know, one thing you could do, this may not even be a roast session. I don't know. I don't think Hobo Boss is going to play bad. I feel like he's going to be right with this. That's unfortunate, isn't it? I'm sure we'll find a way. So yeah, what you want to do here is after he vaults that window, try and show yourself, especially if you can tell that he's stealthed in, the killer doesn't know he's there. Try and show yourself early, and then you immediately just path to something you can use to loop. Like, you would show yourself in the open, it's a Billy, you've got this prop around you, doesn't matter if he sees you, even if there's not a pallet on the other side of your action, and pay attention. That's what you should do. You need to pay attention to this and make sure there's a pallet here. But yeah, I'd say run to the side, like, get his attention, run this way, and keep him off your teammate from the gin and away from the Jake that's trying to go for the save. You kind of like run back to the left and get to the wall spawn that's on the other side of this over here. Yeah, so see, now he's pressured the both of you right here, and oh, you not looking back is hurting my soul. You kind of put yourself towards this pallet gym instead. Let's kind of go over that too. So if you left earlier, you could have positioned yourself to this one, which looks like a jungle gym. Yeah, it's a jungle gym. And then right here, you're at a pallet gym, which just has a pallet. So if you left early, you would get his attention, drag around these props where you're basically invincible if you path properly, all the way till you get to the jungle gym. He wouldn't see your teammate, and your teammate would get the save. You'd probably distract him inside the loop when the save happens, so he won't have a clear chainsaw all the way over there. But instead, like, if he picked you here, especially because you didn't look back while you're running to straight line to the jungle gym, and that man's decided to rev his chainsaw through the line of sight of the core, and bro, you would have to juke last second, and then he'd probably be really close to you, and then you'd be killing this pallet, and then your teammates already ran off. They would have got the save. Maybe he would have chainsawed back across this generator if he leaves you, which would probably be the smart play. After you use the pallet, depending on where you transfer, he would just chainsaw back, and nobody would be on gens, or being safe unhooked. But it's little things. I'm gonna try and focus on how your two randoms throw, though. Currently, I'm not gonna lie, they're not doing anything that terrible. The Jake stealth play was very good. I don't know how bad the killer is yet. I haven't seen him chase you.
He got me.
Alright, teammate died at that pallet gen I was talking about. They greeted the pallet, is what
He
they
just
said.
back-rebbed me. I got greedy on a pallet and I shouldn't have.
Yeah. None of this would have happened if you would have kept the killer's attention. Your teammate would have been just fine. Wouldn't have been at that bad spot.
Bad, but he's not.
Gen would probably be done.
Not gonna flick me around the pallet.
No.
Okay, cool.
He had
No chainsaw
opportunities,
reddiving,
got
so he's
greedy.
fine to run across like he is right now. He's getting the killer sees him. I think this is doing it on purpose, which is good.
I mean,
I
he
I
tried
don't
a
agree
couple
with
times,
running
he just
back
wasn't very
towards these
successful.
two gens, the only two gens that your teammates have been working on all game. Truthfully, you'd want to get his attention. I think because I know you're an experienced looper, so as someone who actually can waste the killer's time properly, you really want to taunt, like kind of act like you're out of position more, so that he's more likely to chase you in like semi-bad spots. Like you kind of put yourself just perfectly enough to get to one of your easy escape options where they're not too risky, but like put it and make it look like you're out of position and like can't look down right to side, or you're just like putting yourself in stupid places so they actually think you're bad and commit to the chase. This is good pathing to here. I agree with this. You should probably path right back to the pallet.
It's a hillbilly, but
Excellent transfer. You can't use this window unless he's bad. This is very greedy if you hug. Okay, that's fine. That's a good. I mean, either way you could have ran, I guess is fine. I would have curved into here so that when his chainsaw lets go, it would let go past the blue barrel most likely. Okay, we're gonna go half speed. So as he's revving up here, once you're here, curve in, get into the barrel. Like realistically, you know he could chainsaw you if you go straight. So you want the juke, and you did, you still juked, and that's fine. But if you hugged in the barrel, he wouldn't have saw you spin him like you did the other way. He would go further past, and that would give you like more distance to just have a free transfer to the window. So imagine here you're at the barrel instead, and he'll finish his rev now. Like he won't be able to react to finishing his rev. This is half speed. He would finish his rev. He's trying to curve because he has to do it perfectly. So he would be here letting go of his chainsaw. You'd be wrapping around the barrel going straight to the shack window. No risk of the pallet right now. I don't think you have to risk the pallet anyway. I don't know. Maybe go back to normal speed.
Half flick. I better just
No. You would have, yeah, you have to throw the pallet now.
you got the TL there too.
Look at that little difference. Everything in this game is about distance. Like stuff like that makes a huge difference. I like preserving the window right there because you get about the same distance either way and you don't take a vault charge. That's totally good. You're just transferring. Did you just sandbag your teammate? This gen's lit. Like, someone's trying to work on it. Ideally, you would... I mean, this is fine. Because your team could be, like, doing the middle gen. I guess, truly optimally, you could have ran to the open space to the right of you, but it's all good. Is that the right way for y'all? No, it's this way. Okay. Right's left. Got it. Oh, he has BAM. Oh, yeah, it's definitely good you left the LT then. Did he just get blast mined? That's incredible. Ah, okay, see? This is why you don't want to transfer your gens your teammates are doing. I still think it's like okay, because you're still wasting time, but think about it. Like if you really do think your teammates suck, or maybe now you're just now discovering this because how fast is Jake keeps going down, or someone keeps going down, I can't remember who got down first. It's pretty important to not take the killer to the gen that's lit up saying, hey, I'm working on this. Please don't bring the killer here. Oh, let me just transfer straight to it. Gotcha, understood. Just take him to the edge of the map. What are they going to do? Like, just do the gen. This guy clearly goes down in 5 seconds. I still don't think the killer's that terrible. He knows when to time his chainsaws. And, I mean, he clearly knows how to punish and focus on bad survivors. He left you and he saw trace of someone else because you actually knew how to transfer. So, that's good. He's on the other random. Why didn't random use that pallet? He has infectious. He's going to insta-pick up. He's double slugging. That's because he has infectious and he saw your infectious was in a dead zone. I think he's just trying to make sure the gen's not done because he does not going back to this hook. And yet we're going to farm forever, so it doesn't even matter. Oh, he is going back to the ground. I said hook. I meant slug. You almost gave him that chainsaw. But you were fine either way. You knew you had the distance, I'm pretty sure. Okay, he literally ran straight at the killer. That's actually incredibly sus.
didn't know we were having a party here.
And she's
That's why I
there
said I'm
injured.
not-
Plug, and he might actually
She said she didn't know they were having a party there,
Yeah.
but truthfully, she's injured, and then
maybe I can
watched Jake go up there, and the terror radius was screaming over the Jake's body. It should have been incredibly obvious, but that's okay. We're criticizing you. Oh, I'm sorry, your teammates, and not her.
Come on, Jake. You know you have a breakable.
Ooh.
got me.
Oh no, she went down to this pallet. You know she didn't use it because she called it out, but this is a risk.
Oh, I stunned him out of his
You,
so.
the title says you carry the game here pretty much, so we're gonna see if that's true.
Oh, he tricked me.
I like this transfer. You definitely need to leave the pallet gym. Oh, excellent. So you go to the jungle gym here. You want to go pick jungle gym over this because you can literally just preserve this pallet for free. Watch. When he does that, go straight to the window. I mean, this is either, I mean, it's the opening. You can't really tell it's a window yet, but regardless, like, you either have the window or the pallet around the corner. And by the time you run around the green barrel, like, you'll know. And you can just path properly to whatever one you feel like. And it'll put you closer to your teammates sooner. Instead of having to like chance wasting this pallet, but I don't think you do. I think you bait him properly here. This is his fault in a way, because he could zone you here forever if he and just make sure you don't take the window. So I agree. Actually, now this killer might be a little bad.
I'm trying to make my way
A little.
to the slug.
He did miss his chainsaw in the middle of nothing. So yeah, I'd say he's at least bad.
Alright, got another
Okay,
pallet.
let's see. Yeah, a micro thing you can do here. So this is, you're doing the right thing. You're slowly using resources and trying to get to your teammates. This is excellent. However, right here, there's something you can do as a survivor. You can convince him to make the wrong play right now. After you get a pallet stun, he knows everyone's on Barnside map, and so he wants to zone you off that really bad. So he's not going to kick this pallet if you just start immediately running like you did to the left. What you want to do is you want to run to the right, because if you start running to the right, he knows basically this is an infinite now. If you just stay in this, he should know that. And he'll be way more likely to kick it because you're going to be a little bit to the right just for a second, like just run a little bit to the right. And then right as you know he's going to start kicking in reaction to that, you start running to the left. You'll get more distance because he'll be stuck in the kicking animation until you're like here, instead of him already being out of it. And that'll make it so you save your teammates slightly sooner and stuff like that. Little details, like I guess because of where she's at, you don't really need it, but really she should be in the barn because that's where all the loop options are. So when someone gets picked up, they can immediately get to something. She's in the middle of nowhere, so maybe this little bit of distance will actually be needed. We'll see.
Sorry.
Nah, it looks like you're fine, but I just wanted to give you that tip because it is worth noting. The boundary on this thing is so horrendous, I try to leave it at all costs.
Okay, he's off me, he's on the other girl.
Yep, you're immediately going for them after you recognize you swap chase. He's gonna swap to you when he sees that. Spin him. Yeah, there you go. There's something you could do here. Again, I want to pick at everything because that's the point of the series.
Off me, he's on the other
And you don't suck, so I know it'll matter. You saw your teammate running through that opening just a second ago.
slug.
So there's your teammate right in the doorway right here. So you see your teammate in here. What you want to do is you want to wait around this hay bale, and because she's gonna go down. That's the reason she's there is because the door is broke. The door is broke on the other side, and she'll easily get downed at this moment. Like no matter what, even with dead hard. So and the killer will definitely see you cross this line of sight. So what you want to do is you want to let him commit to this down, and maybe wrap around the hay bale or the haze this way, walking so he doesn't hear you. And then just play it really slow and safe. Like either side you go on afterwards is fine. Because right now he sees full health player going towards my slugs. I'm swapping targets. You know what I mean? So you really don't want to do that this early. You want to try and sneak your way to them. There's no real rush. I mean, they've got plenty of slug time. And this teammate's not the one who can waste a lot of time. So you want to preserve your life over theirs in a 1-for-1 situation. And right now you're kind of saying, I'm going to take a sacrifice 1-for-1. And I think you're picking up your friend. So... well, if you trust in your friend, this is still a fine play. But it leaves the random and your friend up to it. And like, if you're confident in your own plays, which you believe you should be because you are pretty good, you want to try and preserve yourself at full health against a hillbilly over your teammates while they've been getting slugged. There's something I want to mention. And this is just a high risk play. Like if he was a good Billy, you're dead. Like that's just straight up what happens. after he bonks there, after you know he's gonna bonk there, you immediately path to your teammate and either do a pallet loop, or just save them and then go through the pallet. Like, because you can actually pick them up right now. You have farm forever. You can run as soon as you know he's gonna bonk that. You just immediately go here, pick them up, and if they don't suck, they're not gonna body block you at the pallet. But it's still faster. It's a faster play. And if you really don't trust your teammate, you could do a really high level play, and that's run into the pallet, bait the killer into a stun, dump tech. We're gonna farm forever. Jump back over. Depends how close to the pallet he is. That is also possible.
We should not have gotten away with that.
This just kind of puts you away from your pallets and your windows, and now you're forcing yourself to win, like to try and win a mind game at that window right there, which you do. But again, if you can avoid mind games, that's optimal.
Jake.
What the? Teammate needs to be holding shift. Not a big deal though.
Well, Fang is fully healed. Now would be a good time for me to place a boon.
Maybe I should just heal you.
I don't like this heal spot.
Oh, time
Yeah,
running.
because of infectious, and your
Nice.
Jake is your
Oh,
Jake is bad,
timer's,
and that's
like,
okay. Poor dude.
fruit's gone.
Do another lap around this. Okay, yeah, do another lap. Do another lap.
Hold on,
Trust yourself.
where are you?
Okay, good.
Don't-
I just don't want you using the pallet.
Yep, it's picking up. Okay.
Picks up. This guy's never been hooked. This is a 2-hook game right now. You guys are
On YouTube,
completely in the clear. So that was a really good recovery. The only thing I had critiques on is just little things. So good job, dude. Well done. To be fair, like the stuff at the beginning of the game, like if you implemented that and kept him away from your team, you would have never been in this situation, and you would have indirectly already won the 3-man slug play without it ever happening.
Oh,
You're going for
okay.
teammate
Are you close?
822. Teammate goes down to 823.
I'm heading over.
Yes.
I'm already headed
So you're heading over.
Also,
The teammate has not been insta-picked up, and the killer is revving. Normally, when a Billy slugs a distance away, especially from basement and hook, and you hear their chainsaw revving, and you and your teammate know that neither of you are in chase, so he's probably going to chainsaw straight back to the basement. So at this point, you want to be very stealthy. You want to start walking and leave no scratch marks on the way to barn. There's so many props around barn. You could stealth and just play it real slow and go get your teammate. Yes, he's about to go into struggle, but that's his problem. That's his fault. He's going down your basement. It's been his misplays. You don't want to risk, again, like you know you're the better player. You do not want to risk putting yourself in bad situations to save a teammate who's going to probably be less efficient with the time alive. No hard feelings to them, but the MMR works but based on kills, so you might as well just send them to the MMR they belong to, and opposite for you, or the same for you. Just put yourself up.
I'm not going down.
So you save him for struggle. It's the trade-off you make. You give him one hook stage, and you're gonna take one. And so yeah, back to here. Since you're screwed, you're just screwed. Like you don't have dead hard right now. There's no way you're forcing an M1. Just play, literally spin him like 8 times. This is your actually genuinely best option. You need to stay down here and spin him 8 times. Do not jump in the lockers unless you know he's about to finish a rev or something, then jump right back out. And that way you keep him restarting his rev so you can overheat him and then you can leave. Like that is your situation right now. And I'm not going to expect anyone to be able to actually pull this off properly because you should never live here. But that is your like 3% chance of survival as opposed to like, I'd say 0.5 trying to run up and dodge chainsaws on the staircase, like, because it's just so thin. So he's restarting a couple revs. It's very good. You jump immediately back out, maybe. Yeah, see, I never get in lockers against Billies, bro. I just spin them. I just spin them and pray if I'm in this situation. That's just what you got to do. Oh, he hit you on hook. Oh, yes. Good. I'm proud. You already beat the game. You've beat DBD. You can uninstall now. All right, so one thing, just for your sake, just to assess your situation while you're down here. I know you're chatting with your friend right now, but turn your camera around while you're in basement, so you can make call out with your teammates like, hey, someone's nearby. Oh, they're both across the map. Like, can you try and get your way over here? If everyone's across the map, that's like a little bit of a survive with friends advantage. But just in general, to give yourself information. So like after you get off hook, like you'll see if somebody nearby dropped the pallet right outside the barn, and so he kicked it, and then he's going, like little things. But I mean, for a player of your caliber, it's little things that are going to be the things you're going to have to learn. So we're going to have to go through that for sure. So yeah, you literally just never look. Like you could get information. He's chainsawing somebody. Figure out who he's chasing. Tell your friend who's there. Maybe you're just chilling on your phone or something. Like obviously this isn't an esport, so you're probably not max sweating at every moment. Teammates healed. It'd be really nice to know who healed, if he healed himself, where they're at.
Come into main building.
Okay, your teammate's here. You could have been telling her, like, hey, someone's in chase. Like, you could save now. You know?
Coming down, but
Oh, please get before struggle. I'm begging you. Thank goodness.
I don't plan.
All right, your
to.
teammate's doing the same thing you did earlier. Just 1-for-1 basement, which is fine. I mean, you kind of have to. Voice
Yeah,
crack.
just listen to you.
Oh, he's AE, dude.
Try and stall the hook for as long as possible. You want him to pick up later, so your teammates do gins longer, so that after they've done gins for a while, they'll start completing them. If you got him to hook later, right? They'll start completing gins. He'll feel pressured to leave, and it'll be easier to like wiggle your way into a save. And so I'd say like from the situation I explained earlier, this is where they would be on the gin when the killer showed up. So if he shows up. So they would be about this progress, I would guess, because you would have wasted X amount of time. And maybe they just get pushed off the gin immediately downed, or they just split up and get pushed off the gin, and nothing gets done on that, but he's like sees them both in the middle of the open. He thinks he can get an easy chainsaw. He's going to commit to that. You can save your friend risk-free. But now you've kind of put all three of you on this gin, which I really disagree with, because if he chainsaws here, he knows he can like just camp. Like he can literally, what he'll do is he'll chainsaw, he'll come in from this opening, and then he'll just be pressuring you. He can just kind of pace around the main building and just force this kill and force y'all to be doing no gins the whole time. This is actually the worst thing y'all could be doing right now, is all be working on this gin. If he's actually good. Like, he should chainsaw out of here. But luckily, he didn't just actually go try to patrol the gin. Oh, he's going into basement. Your random's going into basement. That's so bad.
Oh, Jake! Jake is here.
Oh, no.
Jake, my save.
Actually, that's not bad. Because we need him to be the one down there, because he won't make the best decisions. This is perfect, actually.
Planned it.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
She got on the gym with you. That's totally chill. She knows she's going. That hook in the basement's about to happen. Actually, no, it's not chill. Y'all need to split up gins. Y'all need to be pressuring unique gins, especially if it's the two of you.
Around the basement.
And again,
There he is. You can see him through the wall. Excellent. Take him to the edge of the map. Don't let him chase your
Okay.
teammate. This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so like, she should not have gone to the gin you were doing. As soon as she saw you, she should be like, hey, go do another gin farther away. Like, I need to be the one risking it for the save. She just used her DS. I haven't heard if she's had dead hard. But even if she did, doesn't matter. You want to be the one getting chased because you're not Death Hook. And then if she, like, let's say, like, she wrapped around through corn instead of going to that. You could have been like, hey, he's chasing me. I'm taking him far away. I bet you can go for the save. And again, like I was telling at the start of this, pretend like you suck. I'm glad I'm telling you that I'm asking you to be bad right now. That means you're doing great. But pretend to be bad more. And still put yourself in positions, obviously, where you'll be safe anyway. But you need to be putting the killer on you, because it's just so many opportunities you have had to pull the killer away from these situations, and it's just not happening. Oh, you just realized she's dead on hook. That is not good. But you're also, again, you're not esports sweating. I can just tell, so you're all good. Ooh, Fang's going, and she's on your teammate. Honestly, dude, ask her where she is and legitimately run at him, like, and then just dead hard his face into a pallet or something, or like just get her off this chase. You need her in the end game for it to help you out and do gins and heal people. Oh, and because she's your friend, right? That matters too. Ah, she's gone, man. Honestly, Fang got a very good save here, because got the save right when she got down, so that they both get out of basement. That's a good save on Fang's part. I actually think Fang's okay. I think it's the Jake that sucks tremendously. No offense. I mean, he is Death Hook, I guess, but rip. Again, y'all are tripling up on gins. This is just the absolute, objectively wrong play. And I think you know this. You usually play in tournaments. Oh my gosh, she got pulled out of the locker. Full health. Oh yeah, it was chainsaw. Yeah, maybe your team is a little rough, but again, like, if you see them both there, just leave them. If they're not gonna leave you, like, just you need to be getting away from teammates on gins, unless you like know it's completely safe to get this done, and y'all can split up afterwards. If you're not gonna get it done in time, there's almost never a reason to double up on a gin. Ideally, everyone should be on different gins, like an optimal survivor match.
he's lifting himself around the pallet he thinks I ran to.
You need to show him. You need to show him you're there. Oh my god. I'm dying. Okay, when you see him here, let him see you. Your teammate is right there at the hook. This is like, take him to the corner of the map. You know he will. Sorry, my cat was over here. What are you doing, Emma? Emma's disappointed. Like, just take him bring him. You're at a pallet. You have dead art. You could carry this game. Like, let him see you. I'm dying. I'm absolutely dying. Let him see you. Pull him to the edge of the map. No, she's insta-dead because he's right there. You don't even have an excuse because he has Kindred. You know your teammate's going for the save. Sorry, that was just funny. That was pretty funny. His chainsaw was really good. He's commenting on the guy's chainsaw. It was really good. Yes, this is what you should be doing on the edge of the map while your teammate was safe. Look at how good you're running this pallet. Except this part. You ran around this wall. That was not the play. It's too tall. That prop's taller. Yeah.
I think I make this pallet. Yep.
And then you ran him right back to you. I look away and you're running him into your teammates. What? You stun. You look forward. You don't react to see. You actually stay at this pallet right here at this corner and watch him. You make him like either start kicking it and then you run towards barn because your teammates are dead on the corner over here. Take him away from your team. Even though your teammates suck at chase, you are killing them. You're actually killing them. If you know they're bad, you're killing them because you keep bringing the killer to him. Yeah, look, now he's going to go over here and he's going to mess with all your team. There he is, getting the pickup right in front of your face. You're like, yeah, I'll just keep transferring straight at them. Oh my goodness. Hobo boss, I'm going to slap you so silly. He didn't even chase them. He should have. I think he outplayed himself and went into the jungle gym. You're welcome for that. You're right, he's not optimal. I think y'all honestly are about the same skill level, truthfully, you and the Billy. Like, you guys are pretty good, but there are all these little things that are just straight up piling up that could be helping you. Oh, you could actually evolve to that pallet. This is just straight up risky. This has been so funny. Take him to barn, yes. Please take him away from your team. I'm begging you. Oh my goodness, finally. I'm glad he's committing to you here. This is good. This is like a throw. Oh my god, your keyboard is so loud. I don't think your volume's going to be in here the whole time, but we'll see. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I shouldn't even talk about what I'm going to do with edits. This chase is very good. What? Oh, the add-on! That jump scared me.
I did not see that coming in 1,000 years. What?
Yeah.
He curved with the low pro. Did you see that?
Oh, I gotta see it again. Oh my goodness. One more time. We gotta, maybe more than one more time. Alright, this is excellent. I mean, okay, this is hilarious. You know, I probably wouldn't have cared to be super optimal on this either. But ideally, if you path perfectly, you would have already wrapped around this corner or the other corner and been fine, but you're indecisive. Watch how he paces back and forth. I'm telling you, all these little things in this game are crazy. Okay, so watch how he paces side to side. Like, he paced to the tractor, then he paced to the wall, and then at the very end he jiggled. That didn't really matter that much. But if he would have just immediately chose this way or tractor, which he probably should have chose this way because that's where his options are. Or I guess realistically, you could also have, instead of going into here, you could have wrapped around through. Let me try to pause it. You could have wrapped around like this after, like while he was doing the chainsaw, if you know he committed, and then even if like he commits to either side of this. I know this wall's broken, but your objective is to get to that window in the corner. Like, so you'd wrap around this way so that he's kind of forced behind you. You push him to the edge of the map by forcing him to behind you. And if he cuts you off like through the middle or whatever, you just transfer to a pallet or just go the other way around. But I mean, regardless, you just got wrecked. I mean, I'm just, that's just hilarious.
I did not see that coming in 1,000 years.
Me neither, wow.
I can't believe it. Yeah, he's talking about he curved through the pallet. That's so freaking funny. There's an add-on for those of you who don't know, that you could break the pallet and continue your chainsaw, but if you hit someone with it, it only injures them. But since he was already injured, instead of full dying state, or instead of full health, like he just went down. So by only injure, I mean it gets rid of one health state. So it's not going to take you to dying state. It'll just do like healthy to injured or injured to down. Again, he's not looking around, but his teammate's dead, so I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, it kind of does, because you could know if he's on your teammate right now. Shit, put up another locker, bro. It's making me mold. To be fair, I'm not kidding. if you would have implemented a lot of the stuff I was talking about by pulling the killer away from your team, I'm genuinely serious. I think all the gens would be done right now, and there'd be 3 of you at minimum alive. Maybe even 4, because they would have been chased so much less that they wouldn't be getting downed as often. So they would have more hook stages. So you actually could have already carried this to be a victory. I'm not kidding.
I know we're one more pal is.
Especially pulling him away from your team. Like, that's something you like. I want you to focus on for like the next month. That's like one of the main things. And maybe try and put the little details I brought in earlier. Teammates down. He got in a locker. You're not looking to see where the... Okay, thank you. So I was like, look and see where the hook was so you know which direction around the jungle gym he's going to most likely chainsaw. How to properly position for hatch. I love this. I need to make a video on this. The map is... Imagine the map is a bunch of squares like this, right? Every map has tiles like this. So you've got tile, tile, yeah? This middle line between the 2 tiles, so we have tile this way, pace on the middle line, because you can hear hatch at any point on either side of a tile in 16 meters. So you want to, that way you're basically looking for 2 tiles at 2 tiles at a time during your hatch search. So see how there's this long line of sight right here? This line of sight is created by being the edge of the corn tile and like the LT that's there, the pallet or the filler tile here, this jungle gym, this filler tile. The proper way to look for it is to pace through the middle of 2 tiles so that you can hear it on both, and you're essentially doubling how fast and how likely you are to find the hatch. So he kicks, let's see when he kicks it. I think you can actually get this. So he kicks it now.
Never mind.
I would immediately position myself behind this box right next to the door. Because what he's going to do is he's going to pace between the middle of the doors, yeah? How he's going to do that is probably through the line of sight that's on the other side of the jungle gym and to this, like these two, this wall spawn and the jungle gym that's across the map, if you memorized your map, are both blocking line of sight from where he has to pace between doors and the barn, right? So you can actually like 15% this gen. If you wait right here, as soon as he leaves the chainsaw from your door, you 15% it, 15. And you get behind the box again. Walk behind the box. You don't want to leave scratch marks. So you're leaving scratch marks while his terror radius is here. So if he actually looked down this line of sight for you, he would see scratches all on this objects, maybe a little bit to the side here, and he would get you. I don't think that'll matter. It just depends on where he chainsaws. As soon as you 15% it, walk to that. Okay. You lit the light up, so that's rip.
Set the light up and then make a break for the other gate.
Make a break for the other gate. It's like a 30-hour freaking trek, bro.
Where's the other gate? Across the map.
He said his idea was to make a break for the other gate and like actually put the light up. He can still chainsaw back and forth, I think, in time.
Oh, he figured it out.
Yeah. He said, oh, he figured it out. I wasn't ready for that edit. I'm fine with that. Normally I don't like these edited, but I'm totally fine with that.
Guys,
That was funny.
somebody against-
I actually don't like them edited if it cuts out part of the gameplay. Oh yeah, I totally forgot it. I probably had that again. I love it.
You're so close.
Yeah, now you should just break his ankles.
Did you make it?
Yes, bam!
He
Yeah, he forgot. That's okay.
That hard kick.
You played well, dude. I just want to shake you violently for not take him away from your team, Obo Boss. You have Dead Hard. Save them. That'll be it for this episode. If you like this and you had a good time watching this, I honestly encourage you to submit your own. Join the Discord so you can submit it, because if you submit it, I'm not going to see it. You need to message me on Discord. And you'll fill a lot of tiny Google form. You can explain as much as you want of why people are bad, or you could just do what he did, Oonga Boonga, the freaking thing. But yeah, this was a really fun session. Oh, I also stream on Twitch at least 5 days a week, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. EST. So yeah, I'll catch you all around. See you in the next one. Peace.